the answers that I know leaves you sad and forlorn. Katie, searching for the reason. Katie, always deep in thought. Too long, questioning the meaning that I know leaves you empty, wanting more. Whoa, Kate, my heart's on fire. Can you feel my desire? It's got a hold on me. Okay, well, I'm your man. I want you to understand. Can't you see? To understand me, Katie, life can be so short. Too long, questioning the meaning that I know leaves you empty, wanting more. That I know leaves you empty, wanting more.
Kaylee, but my guest, John Jenkins. He's with me in the studio now. Welcome, John. Good to see you.
Thank you, Billy. Thank you very much for having me here.
And you've brought with you your beautiful young lady, Pippa. What a friendly name that is.
That's my musical partner.
Yeah, because, I mean, if you call Pippa, you've got to have a nice nature.
Yeah.
Can't you? Pippas don't lose temper and things like that, do they?
Oh, you don't know her that well, then.
Yeah. Okay, good to have you. And that one was called Kaylee, and as you say, your brand new single, which we'll be playing tomorrow, because unfortunately I brought a dodgy disc with me. We played the new disc by John on tomorrow's programme, and it's called Kathleen. You've got a hang-up about girls' names.
Well, Kathleen is a song written by Townes Van Zandt, and Katie, that's an old song. That's from a musical that I wrote, believe it or not. And I just thought I'd record it, but obviously you like it.
Yeah, but it was just simple, easy to listen to.
Yeah.
Americana, which is great. You can't beat it.
Yeah.
You know what did surprise me was that dirty guitar work in it.
Oh, right,
it was really nice and
yes, I asked.
Bit of Come On Tokyo coming in there, was it?
No, yeah. Scott's Poley played the solo on that. It's from a few years ago, that one, when we were recording some songs for that musical. And I really wanted some kind of sort of adventurous sort of The Shadows kind of Hank Marvin kind of thing, you know, really on the deep notes. So we went for it, you know.
Because as well as doing your own stuff, John, you also record other artists, don't you?
Yeah. I love songwriting. I really do like songwriting. So I've written a few songs and I've got other people to come in and record them, you know. I think the last one I done was the Sister Lee one.
Yeah, I'm going to play a little bit of that now, because as you know, I was very taken by the backing on it as well.
Who took the stars out of the sky? Who broke my heart and said goodbye? I'll never love again. Now you're walking with my friend and gave no reason why. Who took the soul from a good and same you wrote me home. Chills fill my.
Now, I mentioned to you, didn't I, John, online, that that record, the Crystals or the Ronettes would kill for that.
I know, yeah. Well, to be honest, I love that kind of 60s sound anyway, you know. I'm a big Bergerac Beatles fan, all that Phil Spector stuff.
So who did the mixing of the violins?
Amy wrote the violin parts, maybe Chalmers, and me and John Lawton in the Crosstown Studios, we played everything out. Well, he played everything. I just sort of sat there and told him what to play and how to play it, you know. Yeah. You know, what kind of sound one. Oh, and Jade Thunder's doing the U's on the backing.
Because years ago, John, I would have, somebody in the business would have taken the label off that and said it was an undiscovered Ronettes track.
Yeah.
I got a few bob for it, because it really is. It's Phil Spector, isn't it?
Yeah, my mate Phil once said to me, you know, I was born at the wrong time. If I'd been around in the 60s as a songwriter, I would have made a lot of money, you know.
Because you go way back into Becoming Tokyo, don't you?
Yeah, the 80s, yeah.
In the 80s. So did you do the Eric's gigs and stuff like that?
I didn't do Eric's. That was sort of closed down before we sort of started playing live. But I did play a lot of the local places, like the Warehouse was one of them.
It was a good scene, wasn't it?
It was great.
There's lots of work there.
Yeah, I mean, the Eric's scene was the end of the 70s. So, like, Pete Wiley, obviously War, and then Phil Wiley, his younger brother, was in Coming Tokyo. So there's a few bands like The Farm, Personal Column, were around, but they don't get the kind of respect that Teardrop Explode.
I know, Personal Column were a good band. I've played them a few times.
Yeah, Mark's amazing, yeah.
Well, tell me about you, Pippa. Are you a regular member of the band?
Yeah, I mean, we were sort of playing before, weren't we, before the lockdown, and then obviously sort of not able to do much as a sort of band, so we've just been playing this sort of duo for the moment, but things are coming up, aren't they?
I mean, did you form the band with Pippa after you met, or was it a thing you grew into together?
No, well, I've got a band, the James Street Band, but because of lockdown, we haven't been able to play. You know, I think the last time we played was just before Christmas of the year before last. But we have got a gig at the West Kirby Arts Centre, which is at the end of June. Hopefully, lockdown will enable us to play. Yeah,
it's a good venue, that. I've seen Phil Chisnall there a couple of times as well.
I've played it before. So that's the first time we will play. But I wanted to play a few gigs with just a smaller unit because I love the James Street Band, but it's very difficult to get everyone together at the same time.
I'm paying 4 or 5 people takes a bit as well.
So I asked Pippa and a few other people to do. We had a little combo called John Jenkins and the Paris Wives.
I like that.
And it was her and 2 blokes. So, so we were doing that, and then obviously lockdown just sort of.
Yeah.
But Pippa, because I was, she's from London, believe it or not. You can tell by the accent. But she didn't know that many people from here, so we were like in a bubble. So she was able to sort of. Do the music, whereas other people couldn't do it, you know.
And of course, if you have a girl in the band, harmony-wise, it's a massive plus, isn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I mean, you an Americana girl as well, Pippa?
I liked it, but hadn't listened to it as much. So yeah, since meeting John, I've kind of expanded my horizons a bit. So yeah,
heavy metal season 2.
I remember getting back. I remember getting back to John a few months ago. It might have been about what track he sent me, and I said, John, that's not a song. It's a holiday, because it was about 6.5 minutes long.
Oh, Desert Heart, yeah. I'm quite proud of that song actually. It reminds me, when I wrote it, I really wanted to do some like Hotel California, Band on the Run, kind of big, you know, with different changes in it and different thematics throughout.
And it worked in your head.
Yeah, and the great thing about it is I've got loads of people. I must have about 11 or 12 people on it, you know, which is great. You know, Limerence, Folk Doctors are on it, I think. 2 Black Sheep are on it. It's like
great them, yeah.
There's about 4 bands on that particular song, you know.
Yeah, greedy.
One day we'll do it live.
Yeah. So, what are we going to start off with?
Okay, I thought play something quiet. A story song.
Most of your songs are story songs. Yeah. You're a great believer in that, aren't you?
I do like stories. I've always loved reading, so I suppose it comes out in the songwriting as well, I imagine. So I've got the album's coming out on the 6th of August, and this is one of the songs from it. We're going to play it quite stripped back, but it's a song about a train driver. I've got a mate, I don't know if he's tuning in, hopefully it's Michael Mulligan, and his nephew, Gavin, I remember he got killed on a railway line, which is really sad. It was devastating for the family. But I always think of the train drivers. I always think, what must they go through? Because obviously they can't actually do anything about it, can they? So, so this is a story from the train driver point of view, and it's called "The Last Train from Baltimore." The train pulls out the station. I'll leave the platform once more. My name is Thomas Wilson. I used to drive these trains from Baltimore. And I sit and I stare and I wonder, from that fateful night I could have done something more. Young kids playing on a railway line. That's what young kids do, I was told. Don't pull away from me, hold me as I sleep, as that moment plays itself out once more. Why did it have to be the hand that fate dealt me, the guy who drove the last train from Baltimore? Trampled by those memories, like water gushing from a river strong. Papers asked if I fell asleep. A good story is a good story, who cares if it's wrong? Don't pull away from me, hold me as I sleep, as that moment plays itself out once more. Why did it have to be the hand that fate dealt me, the guy who drove the last train from Baltimore?
Excellent, enjoyed that, John, if that's the right word, really. But, and it is the kind of song which you have to explain on stage before you do it. But it is an interesting aspect of that whole thing. Yeah. Because when people hear that song, they say, of course, it must affect the driver and people like that.
Well, that's it, yeah. I mean, I don't know where the song came from. I mean, last year I wrote a lot of songs when I was in the garden, sort of chilling out a little bit, and I don't know where it came from. Again.
What do you like, Pippa, when he's deep in thought recording a song? I mean, can you get through to him at all? Yeah.
No, single-minded. I just at the other end of email and just get loads of songs sent through. So actually, last year, about a year ago, it was just one song after the other. So I think lockdown was good from that point of view, actually. Yeah.
I mean, when you wrote that song, did that affect the songs you wrote after it?
Good question. It does to a certain extent, because I mean, I like that particular song, so it's like sort of, you have to measure your next song by the songs that you've written previously,
Tell you reminded me of a couple of the early Lee Hazelwood songs.
Oh, yeah.
The deep melancholy sound he has in his voice.
Yeah.
Okay, now your new single, which we unfortunately can't play till tomorrow, is a Townes Van Zandt song, is it?
Yeah, it's one of my favourite singer-songwriters now. Yeah, I'm late to discovering Townes Van Zandt, to be honest, much to my embarrassment. But yeah, I was at the Americana UK conference a couple of years ago, and I had to play a song in front of a panel, and one of the panel was Sam Baker, and and he said it reminded him of Townes Van Zandt, and I thought, right, I
better check him out. See if he's copying me.
And it was just, wow, you know, it was, to me, it was just like, I read about him, and apparently Steve Earle has said he's, you know, he's better songwriter than Bob Dylan, and anyone that disagrees will stand on his ass or something like that, you know.
He wouldn't dare say that in front of Bob Dylan, though.
No, I mean, Bob Dylan's covered Townes Van Zandt. Unfortunately, he's dead now. He died in 97.
And what was interesting in your album titles as well, because your last album title was about what was the one about being in the front porch, growing old, songs from the front porch.
Songs from my front porch, yeah.
Good, and the title of this one is good as well. A really good title. I'm a titles man. I love titles. If you can't forgive, you can't love.
Yeah, it's from a song called "Is That What They Say?" It's a line in the middle eight, and I can't remember where it come from. What happens is, as probably every songwriter does this, but if they read something that they think, oh, that's interesting, or you hear something in a conversation, or you're watching a TV program, you'll make a note. So I've got stacks of notes of little things, you know.
And then you have to, why did I write that note?
And it's like, but it's true. I think it's a true thing, you know. If you can't forgive, you can't love, you know.
Good line. Right. Next song, John. One more.
One more. Do you want to do the husband song, or do you want
the husband song? He's done a husband song. Any bleeps in it at all?
No, what happened was we picked two songs, and then last night I thought, because this is it's a bit of a jokey song, and it's not on the album, I thought I'll message Pippa, say, do you fancy doing this one? And she said, no.
So we're doing it anyway.
So we're going to do it anyway. I can't tell you the title on this because it gives the game away. Let's get tuned up.
This is a song called You're Hell to Live With, But I Put Up With You.
Oh, you get the idea. Okay. You make it so easy to say I love you. Crosses my mind most every day, and I wish that we had more time together, and your husband's business trips would start again. Should this little love affair be over? Should we quit while we're ahead before this talk? It's not that I'm afraid of your husband, it's only 'cause my wife scares me more. Infidelity don't come so easy. All I know, I miss you more each day, and I dream of a time we'd be together, and daydream someone'll take my wife away. Should this little love affair be over? Have you had enough? Maybe we should talk. It's not that I'm afraid of your husband, no, no. It's only 'cause my wife scares me more.
Yeah, I think I understand the basis of that song, John.
You can't give the title. You can't give the title, can you?
Give the whole thing away.
Give it away, yeah. But I was thinking, you know, because the other one was quite traumatic, sort of lighten it up a little bit, you know.
John, thank you so much for popping in. Tell us about where we can see you.
Right, okay. God, I can remember all this.
You have big dates in August, haven't you?
Yeah. In June 26th, playing West Kirby Arts Centre with the James Street Band, which is a full band, and me and Pip are going to be doing a little set before the band come on. We're doing Gorse Park in July sometime, one Saturday. I think it's the 17th. And then we're doing the Philharmonic Room.
Brilliant.
The Philharmonic Dining Room, sorry, on the 1st of September, which is the last night of this big tour that I put together around the country. And I've got guests, Alan O'Hare, Only Child, and Mark Vormawar from Personal Column.
I've got the new one actually in the last hour.
Oh, it's great. And the band played on.
Yeah.
He's great, Alan. And Mark, but, it's just fabulous stuff. And also Thornton Village Club on the bank holiday Saturday as part of the Fret Store weekend.
And that's become really popular, that Thornton Huff place.
Oh, I love it, yeah.
Really big.
Yeah, I've played there a number of times now, but I love going there as a punter. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, John. Thank you so
very
much for coming in. Good luck. The new album, the new single is released this weekend. I'll be playing on tomorrow's show, and the new album's out in August.
6th of August, yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Pippa.
You're welcome.
And keeping a straight face while he sang the last song as well.